Hello, dear Libra. I'm Jamie Dawn, your evolutionary revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your April 2021 horoscope. And hopefully, the month of April opens in this beautiful, enlightening, and hopefully energizing place for you, especially because you're coming off of a full moon in Libra towards the end of March on around the 28th. And it's your sign. So hopefully it's finding you in this really sweet space of integrating great healing, all those things. If you watch my celestial wisdom videos, then you understand what the energy could have been like for you. Let's get to April though. We've got Mercury entering the opposite sign of yours of Aries, which is where the sun has been since the equinox. And this is in your seventh house. So relationships, partnerships, all of that has most likely been pretty dominant on your mind. Libra is also known to focus on relationships because Libra loves to relate. So if you have the sun, the rising sign, or your moon in Libra, your focus on relationships is probably pretty dominant. So here you have Mercury, the planet of thinking, communicating, how you organize thoughts, how you learn, how you are mentally agile. Now in the sharp, clear-cut, freedom-loving sign of Aries. And so you may find that you have the ability now to get someone else to do the thinking for you. So if you've been mentally exhausted, this is a great time for you just to step back and go, here, somebody do that heavy work for me because I don't have time for this. Or it could be that you have this great idea and you're ready to share it with anybody that will listen. And even if they don't listen, you don't care because you're the general going into battle regardless. And you're leading the way and saying, I'm going to get this done. And if you want to join, great. If you don't, oh, well, you may decide that you get a lot of mental chatter and you need somebody to share it with. So it could be that you attract a lot of chatty people to you and you're just like, oh, I'm just going to talk to whoever will listen. And they may also be very opinionated. So it could be a great time for socializing for most of the month of April, which is wonderful because we've been so disconnected for some time. However, it could, here's the difficulty, a couple of things. One, it could lead to gossip that could bite you in the butt in the long run, or it could create conflict in your own mind because you're gathering all these opinions from others and then you can't make up your own mind or make up your own decisions, which is a difficult thing for Libra to do anyways without this extra influence because you're constantly weighing all the options and looking at things from every angle. So it's going to be really active, but at the same time, it can energize you and give you the courage to be able to say, this is my decision. I'm owning it no matter what all these other opinions might be. It's also a great time for mediating and signing contracts. If you work with a field that allows you to negotiate or help others in negotiating, this Mercury in Aries is a great opportunity for you to be able to get contracts signed, have really clear expectations around it, as well as being able to disseminate the information in a very sharp, clear way. Now, to complement this Mercury in Aries, you're going to have an Aries new moon in your seventh house. Again, partnerships, relationships, competition. So you may find new ways to care for yourself and the relationship. This could be a new moon where you're really looking at, how do I keep bringing out the best version of myself? How do I take care of myself so that I can be a better partner for someone, whether it's business or whether it's personal? The moon represents the mother. So you may be looking at even your own relationship with your own mother or the way in which you mother your children, or it could be sometimes you're caught in that mothering role with your partner. And so that will come into focus where you may find new ways in which you can nurture the relationship without giving away your own individuality. So this gives you more freedom within your relationship. To complement this, you're going to have Venus moving into Taurus in your eighth house. So Venus will be sitting in your seventh house until the 14th when it moves into Taurus, further emphasizing this joint partnership. But with Venus and Taurus in that eighth house, you're going to be probably focused on, now that I've solidified the relationship in a way that feels good to me, we can now gain financially, we can gain psychologically, that emotional safety, psychological safety through my partnerships and through those that I'm emotionally bonded and I feel safe with. And so you're also going to have opportunities that you can partner with others to maybe invest in property. It's a great time also to build a business and to get financial wealth or financial gain through investments or through loans. Or maybe you're working in an industry that's considered taboo, but you're able to attract the clients that really enjoy this sort of thing. You may keep some of your property or some of your income hidden for a little while, just because you're in the process of enjoying it and you don't necessarily want to bring it out into the public just yet. Speaking of enjoyment, Venus being in Taurus here, it could have you being more interested in enjoying some of the erotic or mysterious things in life. Maybe you like to do investigative work. And so what you may find is that you're investigating maybe titles to a property, or maybe you're investigating somebody in a private detective way, or you're interested in someone in relationship and you're getting to know them on a real tangible level. Like, what are they bringing to the relationship that you can build on, that you can actually manifest and make it so that you're building your life together? Some questions you may be asking is, who is this person really? Who am I really in this relationship? And will they be somebody that I actually want to partner with long term? We may also find that with Venus and Taurus here, you could get really stubborn about, I want what I want, and this is how it's going to show up in the relationship, and this is how it's going to be financially. And it can leave you a little stubborn and fixed on how something is supposed to be. The other thing that you're going to notice is that Mercury moves into Taurus just a couple of days after Venus, activating the eighth house again, putting more attention on your finances, maybe inheritance, possible death. Now, we know that death really is a doorway that we walk through to the next thing. So it's a transition. Most likely it's not the death of literally somebody. It could be, but at the same time, it's more about transitioning maybe the way in which you're spending your money, or in the way in which you're communicating to your partners or to the people that you feel deeply connected to, that you're finding a new way of communicating with them and understanding what it is that they were actually trying to get towards. What's that outcome? You're looking for long range results. And you know that it's going to take time to learn about this person, this situation. Maybe you decide that you've started a course and you know that it's going to take time to keep investigating it and learning about it. It's a great placement with Mercury and Taurus to look at counseling. So if you've had issues in your relationship, or you want to go deeper into this self-awareness, finding a coach or a counselor, professional person that can help you talk through it so that you can find really good understanding. Mercury and Taurus is a great time activation for that. Slowing down to make decisions as well. So if you're still in that weighing the balance and the scales of, do I want this relationship? Does it serve? Do I want to take on this project? Is this really where I want to spend my money or my resources? This gives you an opportunity to pull somebody else in, talk about it, and take your time in making those kinds of choices and decisions. Another energizer is going to be when the sun moves into Taurus just a day after Mercury, also giving it more energy on, this partnership is part of my life purpose. It makes me feel energized. I actually, you may find yourself being pulled in a little bit more and not wanting to share your relationship or what your ideas are or the things that you're attracting, you're not wanting to share it right away. Even though the sun likes to expose things and it wants to shine, with it being in Taurus, it wants to also do it in its own way, in a very slow and methodical kind of way. And in that eighth house, it's more internal, and it's going to be only with those that you trust and feel safe with. So that's something else. If you're in a relationship that you have been a little protective of, Mars entering Cancer on the 23rd will have you even more protective feeling. Sun in Taurus is sextile happening. It's probably going to make you even more protective around those that you're closest to. And so if there's an outside force or other opinions that pop in that challenge your decisions, you may be fiercely protective of them and say, hold on, I recognize that my relationships can be reflective of what's happening inside of me, my values, and who I align with, my reputation. So that's something else with Mars and Cancer, because it's activating your 10th house. So you may be having to defend why you're partnering with who you are, or why you're choosing to invest in the things that you're investing in. Some people may not fully understand. You also may find that you're fighting your way to the top, but you're not doing it necessarily in a direct way. It may be that you have to go around some people, or you have to create relationships that are a little gentler. Maybe there's relationships that there's a person of power and I need to get to know them better and take my time, and I'm going to protect their reputation because I know that they can help mine. So that's another way that this Mars and Cancer energy can activate. Another thing is it could offer potential clashes when it comes to authority. So if you're the boss, you could create the clash, or you may find that people are coming to you and saying, I have an issue with you, I need to talk through it. Great with Venus and Mercury in your eighth house, because it allows you to be able to take your time in discussing it. And maybe you talk to your counselor, coach, whoever, and role play the conversation before you have it with this person again. This also, with the Mars and Cancer in that 10th house, it could have you feeling a desire to take care of others because you have this ability to influence and you have the authority. People are looking at you as that, call it a father figure or authority figure. And so you may find that in having this kind of power, you can do a lot of really good things for others who maybe don't have the same power or the same resources that you do. It also could activate some very intense emotions regarding how you want to show up in the world. What legacy are you really trying to leave behind? What kind of parent, if you will, do you want to be known for or known as? Another indication with this 8th and 10th house sextile happening, that your parents or the parental figures in your life may challenge you. They may offer you a challenge that builds this muscle for you that makes you stronger, more courageous, more brave to put yourself out into the world. Now, at the end of the month, the 26th, 27th, we have a Scorpio full moon in your second house of income, values, tangible physical properties. And so you may be letting go of one form of income, but replacing it with something else that makes you feel financially secure, maybe bringing more materialism into your life. You may offer there may be insights that show up, some revelations that happen that say, wait a minute, this doesn't work for me. This actually causes me not to show up authentically. I'm having to sacrifice or give away some of my freedom, some of my values, some of the things. I have to physically give my property away in order to make this happen. Those are some themes that could show up at this full moon. But remember that when we let something go, we create space and we allow something new to come in. And again, with the second house being activated, it's most likely going to show up in some way, shape, or form of income, money, tangible property. And I would also say that you could discover new resources that can deepen your connection with your values, deepen your connection with yourself. It's possible this full moon could have you spending extra resources on your family members, on your home, things that maybe you've been looking at, that, special piece of furniture or bedroom suite or whatever. You're like, Now I have the time and money and resources to buy this, but I have to donate the old couch, or I have to donate the old mattress or whatever, right? I don't know if you donate mattresses, but I don't think I would. Anyways, you get what I'm saying. So you create space for something new to come in. This can also apply to relationships, where if you're in a new relationship, that the intensity of it gets really strong, or something new gets revealed about this person that can either deepen the bonds that you have or make it really clear it's time to let it go. So if you're waffling between, do I stay, do I go, this full moon could have you really clear about why you're staying in it or why it's time to let it go. Okay, Libra, I certainly hope that this helps, gives you some information, and I would love to hear how this applies for you, what's working you, how I can support you. Find me at jamiedawn.com. Have such a great April. All right, Libra, take care.